This is Draconian Combat, episode 90. We're here with Malachi. How do you pronounce your last name, Malachi?
It's Fontenot, like
Fontenot?
font. No,
Gotcha. Malachi Fontenot. How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good. We're here today to talk about your fight in Hugo, Oklahoma. Just to get us started, do you kind of want to tell us where you're fighting out of and where you're training out of?
I'm fighting out of Hot Springs, Arkansas, fighting with Machine Fitness Gym under
Okay.
Chauncey. Court.
Okay, you're training with Chauncey. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. How are you feeling going into this fight camp? That's actually a really good gym. I know Chauncey works the hell out of you guys, and he's a good fighter and veteran of the game, himself. How are you
Yes,
feeling going into this fight, as far as their fight camp and things like that?
I'm feeling pretty okay. Like I said, actually, me and Mr. Cook were supposed to fight twice before in Oklahoma, but I had financial issues, so I had to get out of both of them.
Got you. Okay, so this is like a fight that's been in the making. Shit, and then what a better way to do it than for it to be for a belt this time? You training for this fight? I know you said you're having a good fight camp and stuff like that, but do you feel like there's any difference going into this fight, knowing that you're going to be fighting for 5 rounds? It's a championship fight, belt is on the line, or are you just treating this as just like another fight, just business?
I mean, I'm treating it like a champ fight, but to me, it's just like how I do all sports. I take everything seriously.
Right. And you going into this fight with Jason Cook, I know you guys were supposed to fight 2 times before. How is your mentality going into this fight? As far as mentally, you feel that you're locked in for this championship fight? Are you prepared? My bad, I got a message. Are you prepared for any controversy as far as have you trained for like a struggle? Let's say you get in there and Jason kind of gives you the work. Are you trained? Are you prepared to go the distance with Jason Cook?
Yeah, I believe I am. Like at the end of the day, I go as hard as anybody's willing to go.
Okay,
And the harder you
So
go, actually, I like it.
yeah,
got
so
you.
your
It
last
means you actually taking me seriously.
so your last fight was against a pretty game heavyweight. I think he was undefeated before he fought you. What was your
Yeah.
mindset going into that fight and winning the way you did? Can you just kind of explain the confidence you gained from after the fight, and then what was your mindset leading towards that fight? And then I guess just the fight in general, because it was kind of a war. It was a dog fight for a little bit. Seemed like you kind of gassed out and you took advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's really what happened because, I mean, he was going in. Had he not gassed out right then, we probably would have went at least another round or so. And then one of us was really going to be out because he really just gassed out at the wrong moment. Because I knew he was gassed when I knocked him down twice back to back.
Right.
I was like, oh, he's slowly getting tired now.
That's those type of fights too. Like that's why I brought it up earlier. Are you prepared to for a war and stuff like that? I'm sure you are. You said you changed it. You train with Chauncey, and I know of Chauncey. I know how good of a fighter he is. I know how good of a trainer he is. And with that mindset, getting hit, getting up, getting hit, getting up. With kickboxing is different too because you guys are doing a kickboxing bout.
Yeah.
Typically with the MMA match, you might get dropped with something,
Mhm.
and you can finish it right away, or you can kind of curl up into a ball on the ground. Ref's gonna stop it, but with kickboxing, it's a little bit different. You get dropped. The ref's gonna tell you to stand up. You have the choice to stand up. He's gonna count down. Can you continue? He's gonna check your hands, and you can do that 3, 4 times, or how many ever times
Yeah.
you're willing to get up. I know Adrian does a lot of kickboxing too. I think he's gonna get into MMA too. But for me, it's always interesting with kickboxing because you get to test your heart and then your opponent's heart as well. it's not an easy thing to get dropped and then get back up. I think Adrian, you could kind of speak on that. Not that I'm putting you on the spot, but it is a little different. I feel like with MMA, I feel like when you hurt somebody in MMA, you can almost have a choice to give up in a way, where
Yeah.
it's not as noticeable. Does that make sense? If you give up in a kickboxing match, you're gonna be like, okay, I don't want to give up, or no, I don't want to continue. But with MMA, it's a little bit different. Two different disciplines. But with MMA, it's a little bit different. I mean, with kickboxing, a little bit different because now I'm asking you, do you want to continue? And it's very verbal. You can choose to get up, and stuff like that. As far as you, Adrian, you want to kind of talk about kickboxing, like the mind frame, the mindset going into a fight like that, and just like overcoming things like that. Because I would imagine it's a little bit different. I don't kickbox. I've done MMA.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't done an MMA fight yet, but honestly, the mindset I have in every fight is just to try to live in the moment. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna just give up. In my last fight, when they stopped it, I was already getting up, and he still stopped it. So, I mean, if you give me the choice, I'm gonna keep fighting. Like, I don't know. I love to fight. So, if you're gonna finish me, you're gonna have to kill me. So, if you give me the choice, I'm probably not gonna quit because that's just not what I do.
Right. Malachi, as far as your opponent, Jason, have you looked into him? Have you studied his fights? If there's any footage, I don't even know if there's footage on Jason. Have you looked into him? Have you seen anything about him where you know you can exploit some holes in his game that can work to your advantage or anything like that?
No, I've seen him fight a couple times. We actually fought uh, on the same card back in, I think it was the January card when I won my MMA fight. I think he fought like right before me. He fought another Jason.
Oh, Jason Curry.
I was
Yeah.
I cornered Cody in that card.
Okay, so you were on that same card. Okay, so you guys actually got to probably see each other in person then just a little bit.
Yes, we actually see for the first time. That was the first time we seen each other in person.
So, since this is a kickboxing fight, do you think it? Since you do MMA as well, do you think it favors you a little bit more at being kickboxing, or do you kind of wish it was an MMA fight, maybe, or does it not really matter what type of fight it is?
It really doesn't matter what type of fight it is. I mean, MMA just allows you to grab more and go on the ground. So I really actually like kickboxing better because I mean it's just like boxing. You're just adding kicks.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the grappling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I haven't done a kickboxing bout yet. I've always done MMA. I don't know, maybe I'll do a kickboxing bout one day. Who knows? But my only concern with kickboxing is if I am getting the works standing up, I can't do nothing but stand up. So I applaud you guys for actually stepping in there and actually just doing all kickboxing. As far as you as a fighter, Malachi, just to get on on a little personal level, so we can kind of know you as a fighter, your fans and people who are unfamiliar with you. You kind of want to let us know how you got started in the sport, how you got involved with fighting, and how long you've been doing it for.
Yeah, I actually got involved in fighting back in August of 22. It was a few months after my mom had passed. So
Okay.
I was actually joining at first just to let some steam off because I needed something else to get my mind off. And I knew Chauncey was doing it because we actually went to school together. So I had actually messaged him to see if he was still doing it. And he hit me up. We messaged back and forth for a bit before he finally told me where to go. And then I had been, just sparring on and off till like December of that year. And that's when I finally started asking, like, you know what? I might want to take on a fight. Let's see how it goes.
Right.
Let us sparred a little bit.
No, that's dope. What would you say it's like training with Chauncey and just that gym in general? How's the me and Adrian talk to fighters about this all the time. Just the gym environment, having a place where you're with level-headed people. We're in a sport where sometimes when you have too many meatheads in the same room, it's not necessarily the best place for you to be. I know that gym doesn't sound like that, but can you just tell the people what it's like training with Chauncey? And you said it was called Machine Fitness, correct?
It's machine fitness.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and tell the people what it's like training there, the environment, and just the gym as a family overall, how it's kind of benefited you, with your career right now.
It's cool, Jim. I mean, Johnson's a great trainer, and like you said, he's a great fighter, especially personally just dealing with him. Like, he takes you seriously 100%, no matter how many times he's already sparred already. And
Right.
that's why I love training with him, because he's going to take me seriously and actually try stuff and see if it works or if it doesn't work or if it's actually illegal. Because I actually got into this. I actually used to box when I was younger for like a week because I told my mom I wanted to box. I got into it and I was a kid. So like I didn't like violence that much back then. So I took like a week, and after a week of crying, my mom pulled me out. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I need to do that anymore. And it wasn't until like seventh grade I asked again, I want to get into a sport. So I started doing football and stuff. By eighth grade. And then I joined the military by high school and took that. I think that's what really gave me the idea to want to try fighting. So I mean, the military gives me something. Let me try this. But I'm sorry, I got off a little bit.
You're
No, you're
good.
good.
But Chauncey's gym, I mean, it's the same as it's always been. Everybody who comes there takes it seriously. No one gets too hot headed. I mean, and if they do, I mean, we got a lot of guys that know how to control that. Like, if you want
Right.
to be hot headed, come play with me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, someone gonna calm down,
Yeah, that's facts.
and that's what I like about them. And then they squash all the beefs right then and there. Like, if you mad about something, we in the gym. Let's take care of it right now, and then we'll talk about it later.
No, that's
But yeah,
facts.
it's calm, collected. Everybody's cool in there.
No, that's good. That's good. Me and Adrian talk about, being just in a positive gym. Um, Sometimes being in the gym where you're in there with a bunch of meatheads, sometimes that works for people. I think for a lot of people, they need the balance. And just having a good environment, just helps you be better as a fighter. It's good to get beat up every day, but it's not good to come home with concussions and shit every day neither. It's just like
Yeah,
there has to be an organized violence to the madness. And yeah, just being in a level-headed gym, especially for myself, has always benefited me. I know it benefits Adrian, and from what I'm hearing, a lot of fighters just in general. Um, as far as you as a fighter and your style, which fighters do you look at where you're kind of taking stuff from their styles and kind of contributing them to your own? Who do you look up to? And how would you describe your style of fighting? I know I asked you like three questions. My bad.
no, it's all good. Honestly, I from a lot of different fighters and aspects. I can't really narrow it down to a few. I guess I could pick like a couple of them. Uh, I know one is Jackie Chan. Honestly, for how he's able to take hits and just laugh them off.
You said Jackie Chan.
Mm-hmm.
So you be like Bruce Lee and all like all them and stuff.
Yeah, they're the reason I started even wanting to watch kung fu or stuff like
Right.
fighting in general. Them Power Rangers, freaking stuff like that. Wanted me to watch actual kung fu and stuff, not just boxing in general. because martial arts, it's more fluid how they fight.
Hmm.
Almost like in a way dancing or something.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Like that's what got watching anime fights got me into watching it because those are just it's like if that fight could actually be done in life, that would be amazing.
Yeah. I haven't really got into anime. I think my homie Reggie's really into anime. Only one I was able to get into um was One Punch Man. I think because it was humorous. There was like a
Mm.
lot of humor to it. But he wasn't out there like doing like kung fu and shit. He was just out there just killing people with one punch.
Yeah,
Um,
his was more of a if you like the story itself because it was
yeah.
self-explanatory. Like, damn.
My bad to cut you off. You just brought up anime, and that's probably the only one I really gotten into. My homie's trying to get me into some more. But I think the reason I like it is because it's just so like they'll hype up a whole entire scene for like 5 minutes just for him
Hmm.
to throw one punch at him and then bam, it's done. And then the next scene he's just walking in the street buying groceries or some shit like that.
Oh
It's like
yeah,
the most random shit.
I'd be like, damn. I'd be like, at the end of the day, that is strong. But at the end of the day, you can tell you're bored. He even says, like, damn, this is boring.
Yeah. He's upset like the whole series because he never gets a challenge. But
Yeah. And then you finally think he gets a challenge towards the end. And it was like, damn, you still hold it back. You know what? I'm tired of you. And then he goes back to buying groceries.
right. But
Like,
no, I gotta get my anime game up, man. I know everybody's into it.
I mean,
Um,
you just gotta find what you like. I just like fighting type ones because I
that's what my
know,
homie said. Yeah,
yeah, I just like anything that's gonna have a fight in it at some point. Don't like the
right.
long stories, but as long as there's a fight coming up, I'm cool with it. I'll watch it, be done with it.
See, I was kind of the same way growing up. I wasn't so much into anime, but I was like the Power Rangers, Bruce Lee, any shows, kung fu movies coming up. I was watching them, stuff like that, and I was imitating, the moves and stuff in my room or
Mhm.
whatever. And then I would say, I got into boxing around like 11, 12, then wrestling in high school. Then after high school, I got into MMA. But it kind of started like that in a way, just watching kung fu movies, watching Bruce Lee movies. One of my favorite Bruce Lee movies. I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's the one where he fights Chuck Norris.
Mhm.
You seen that
I,
one?
I know what you're talking about. I've seen bits and pieces of that. I know that fight.
All right,
Can't
so
remember what
that
that movie was called.
I think it was maybe like Return of the Dragon or something. The Dragon. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah. See, like I was the same way. I grew up watching kung fu movies, shit like that, and then eventually I took the next step to actually get involved into an actual discipline itself.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I that's the same way I grew up, fucking just watching kung fu movies. How'd you get into fighting, Adrian? I feel like
I mean, I never really watched like I used to watch a lot of like Karate Kid, and there was just one
okay.
show called Kicking It. I used to watch that shit, but I never really did. My dad always was watching UFC and boxing, so I always saw it. I was huge into WWE. I wanted to be like a pro wrestler when I was a little kid. I had like a full body Spider-Man shit. I would wrestle him. I would do like trampoline matches with my friends. I got pretty good at that, bro. I still feel like I could be a pro wrestler right now if I wanted to. And then I just decided like I'm just gonna go to. I actually went to a jiu-jitsu class, but my thumb was broken. I broke my thumb the day before in a basketball game. I tried to dunk on someone. I fell, broke my thumb. Went to jiu-jitsu, fucked up my thumb. I was like, man, this grappling shit's not it. After basketball season, I just went into a kickboxing class, got through my 3 week trial again, and I was just watching a lot of UFC before I decided to make that decision. I was pretty much I got huge into like the Izzy run, so I was a like Izzy fan, and then I remember seeing O'Malley when he knocked out that kid on the Contender Series, and I started watching him since then too. So Just kind of watching those guys.
Okay, so you started during the Izzy era.
Yeah, that's why I'm honestly such a huge Sugar fan, because I literally watched him since I was watching his YouTube and shit since the Dana White Contender Series.
No, that's shit, I remember when that shit first happened. That was crazy.
And it's kind of crazy because like there's some people I spar. When I first started, I was trying to like way too heavy to try to like copy his style a little bit. There was people that really said I was like a big ass Sugar Sean. You can kind of see it in some of my fights. I feel like compared to a lot of the other middleweights, I kind of have a certain pace and a rhythm to me.
Right. Malachi, you're training for a big fight. I'm sure there might be some stress to it. I like to ask fighters, when you're preparing for a fight and, sometimes you have your heads going all over the place. You're playing out scenarios, things like that. What are things you like to do to decompress as a fighter? That can be going, I don't know, for a walk, video games, fishing, or whatever, even hanging out with the family and kids. What's something you like to do as a fighter to kind of decompress and just hit the reset button to level your mind? You know what I mean? Because us fighters, it's a violent sport. You're preparing yourself for chaos, and how do you kind of balance that out?
I mean, I play my game mostly from time to time, especially after work or something. Stress calms me down. Or I hang out with my girlfriend and the kids.
Okay. What kind of games you play?
UFC,
Okay.
Madden, GTA.
Okay.
I
All right.
mostly do Madden or UFC though.
Okay. Man, I wish UFC was cross platform so I could play with a lot of people. But I don't think it's cross platform right now.
You don't want it to be bro. You don't want it to be cross-platform because then you would have to play me.
Hey man, I'm good at the UFC game till it goes to the ground. I don't know how to do that shit, bro. That shit confuses me.
Man, it's the only reason I hate it about playing online. Like once you go to the ground, it's like, how is my service going slow? Like I know I'm hitting these buttons.
Right. No, I know what you mean. Because you're timing it off your opponent too.
Yeah, I ended up getting pretty good at the ground just so I can learn how to defend it. But most of the time, I was trying to do stand and bang. I used to play that game a lot, bro. When I wasn't as locked in, I was kind of being a little goofy. I was playing that shit a little too much. I was trying to get Division 20, and I think at one point I was like 17, so I was pretty good.
Hey Malachi, how old are you?
I'm 31.
31. Okay, we're the same age basically. All right, so you're pretty. Did you grow up playing like the first UFC games and shit?
No, I actually didn't get into the UFC game till UFC 3 when Brock Lesnar was the title.
Okay.
Oh.
No, yeah, that was a minute ago.
That was around 08, 09.
Yeah, when Brock was champ, the whole game's changed now. Yeah, the whole game's changed now. Did you grow up watching Brock?
First time I've seen a big dude, because I was like, okay, I see heavyweights, and then you play against Brock, and I'm like, what is that? That's not a heavyweight. That's a tank on legs.
No, it's facts though, because Brock was like the fish. Because before Brock, there was Randy Couture, and Randy Couture was a 205er that moved up and got the heavyweight belt. But Randy Couture was small for a heavyweight. So when Brock came out, he kind of like set the bar for what a heavyweight should be like as far as physique, shape, and just size. And then now, we got, I think from him, we had Shane Carwin, Cain Velasquez, some of the bigger dudes, like, who do we got now? Tom, Francis, a lot of the heavyweights now, Game, they're kind of built size-wise like Brock was back in the day. But back then, when Brock was champion, it was like new. It was like this dude Drago came out of nowhere, just started making fucking moving the needle for the UFC.
It's crazy too because he came from the WWE.
Yeah. See, like it's kind of like fighting evolves because back then he was able to get away with what he was able to do until he fought Cain Velasquez, and just Cain Velasquez came with the hands, bro. And Cain Velasquez had a wrestling background, so when Brock couldn't take him down, it was like, all right, now you got to deal with these hands. But that's funny you brought up. He was on the cover of UFC 3. Just shows you because I remember who was on the cover of UFC, the first UFC. I think it was Forrest Griffin. I could be wrong. Pretty damn sure it was Forrest Griffin. But you got to remember that was like back in the day. That would have been like 07 probably.
So Forrest Griffin was really like that because, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I played UFC the other day, and I got whooped by fucking Forrest Griffin. That's how I knew I started getting washed. I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
Like I said, man, it just the fighting evolves. Like you look at like it's no different than Ronda Rousey. How she was able to be so dominant during her era. You can't fight like that no more. Like these women now, their caliber of fighting in women has just massively gotten bigger compared to when Ronda was fighting as champion.
My dad made so much money betting against Ronda Rousey.
She only lost twice though.
I know. Yeah, but bro, I'm telling you, he put huge parlays on Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes. No, who else did she lose to?
Amanda Nunes? Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes, yeah.
Yes, I was right. Yeah. He made money on them, bro. Because he knew, like, all she could do was, she was fighting, like.
She just had no boxing. She had no hands.
She was fighting, like, complete squares, bro. Like, complete trash cans of women.
I'm not going to take it away from Ronda, though.
I'm taking away from Ronda, bro.
Ronda,
she was just in a really good. She got to fight squares, and the moment she fought another woman fighter who actually had skill, got destroyed, bro. I'm taking away from her.
I just don't like how she left the sport, but I'm not gonna take away from what she did.
And bro, the way she was acting in the WWE, I'm taking away from everything she did. Yeah.
Okay, she does have like an annoying attitude. Though.
Yeah, she fought someone good and got her ass whooped every time. Makes sense.
But WWE is different though.
Back to the
I feel like that's all scripted though, right?
No, but she was she was rude, like in the real life space, like behind the scenes of it.
I could picture
like
that.
No one liked her. And then she did the same thing. The same way she left the UFC is the same way she left the WWE. She's just too victim-minded. Hey, but she did the only good thing I'll say that she did was she said that the UFC was homing when they suspended Nick Diaz.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, and then I seen it. I only knew about that because I saw it on an edit on TikTok. But anyway.
Yeah, that was crazy. Malachi, as we close it out, do you have any predictions for the fight? You plan on going there and finishing it? Do you plan on going in there and just fighting hard for 5 rounds? Do you have no game plan at all and you're just going to go in there and do your thing and whatever happens, happens? Do we have any predictions for this fight against Jason Cook Sr.?
I mean, in all honesty, it's not going to be easy because, like I said, I've seen one fight up close and then I've seen a couple others. Just from hearing about it, he's going to take me seriously. Like, it's going to be a fight. It's not going to be an easy way to say if I'll finish it or not, so I can't. I'm just going to let it play out. But I'm going to take it serious. If he gets knocked out, he gets knocked out. But I just know he's going to make me work for it.
So it's safe to say that you're preparing to go to war with Jason Cook.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I was supposed to fight him twice already. Mm-hmm. And it was, I want to say it was the last year we were supposed to. And both of them would have been in Oklahoma. I think the first time was the first time RDC was going to Oklahoma last year. I think that was the first time we went to Oklahoma.
Okay.
And I was going to do that. I didn't know who I was fighting, but financial issues stopped me from going that time. And then I think the second time was almost damn near an exact year ago. They went to Oklahoma again, like in September or something. And he wanted me to go then. And I just couldn't. I was like, I'm not denying him a fight. It's just I have no financial way to go get
No,
up
I
there.
understand. I understand. And you guys are fighting the amateurs,
Yeah.
so they're not paying for traveling and shit like that yet. Um, so I do understand. Well, you're coming from Hot Springs too, so
Yeah.
that's a good drive in itself. So yeah, I'm not even hating on that. I do understand.
I mean, it's about 3 hours.
Yeah, so I ain't holding you on that. You know, a lot of the fighters have to pay for stuff on their own, especially in the amateur scene. If you don't have any sponsors or anything like that. But you guys are gonna make it happen October 25th, in Hugo, Oklahoma, for the championship belt. Before we close out, is there anything you want to say as far as shout outs to Jim, teammates, sponsors, or whoever you want to shout out? And then any last words for Jason Cook? Just something you would tell him directly before going into this fight.
Um, well, I want to shout out to my gym and my teammates for helping me train with this. No matter how many times I come, as long as they're there, we gonna get it in. Cause I'm helping them too. So it's a give or take. And honestly, all I can say to Jason is let's go out there, have fun, and may the best man win.
May the best man win. Jason Cook Senior versus Malachai Fontenot. Font.
Font.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, bro. Fontenot.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm so bad with names. uh, Malachi versus Jason Cook Senior, RDC 22, Hugo, Oklahoma, on October 25th. Everybody tap in. I think me and Harrison. I think Adrian's gonna be on that card. I think me and Harrison are gonna live stream it and watch it on Draconian Combat. So we'll be watching it live. Everybody tap in, support. If you're gonna be in Hugo, please buy tickets to support the fighters in the event as well. But this is Draconian Combat, episode 90. Thank you, Malachi, for coming on. We appreciate you taking time out of your day. We really do. And best of luck to you, man, going into this fight, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Thank y'all.
No, thank you, bro. And we're out. We are out. Y'all have a good one.
Bro.
You too.